consultants, conschmoltants. Let's do it. This is a video for what's coming down the track, guys. And I think I might actually pull over here, up here, because it's very important. The usual shills and bullshitters, they're going to be wearing a new hat soon, and I'm going to give you the heads up on what's going to be happening in the next year or 2 years, and just get you ahead on everything. So as you know, I'm probably the only vocal critic of all these IKEA shills out on YouTube, and it's because they do so much damage to people, and they've done so much damage to people. If you have a look at all the foreigners that have abandoned their houses, started up channels, they've really caused widespread damage to foreigners with their empty house shilling. And the new one that's going to be coming up is becoming consultants, and they're going to be doing just as much damage. So these Johnny and Jonettes come lately, who have just basically just bought a house in Japan and got themselves a job. Like it's a really big achievement to buy a house in a country of 11 million empty ones. But anyway, they seem to think it is. And very soon you're going to see hundreds of these people out on YouTube, foreigners, becoming consultants for people who want to move to Japan and things like this. And I want to just put out a few warnings to you guys. So the number one thing to consider is you cannot cheat. If you come to Japan, don't expect to pay somebody some money and all of a sudden you're going to be living in fairyland and it's going to be all great. Most of the hard work you're going to have to do yourself, and these people will promise you everything. They'll promise you how to get a visa, they'll promise you that they'll find you a great house, and yada 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 yada. And basically, if anyone knows what it was like in the 90s with the mail order brides, so they had this mail order bride industry that popped up in Europe, and lonely men and women, mostly men, they would go to these offices and they'd show them pictures of ladies, and they would go over for a short time, 1 or 2 days, and they'd get married, and they'd promise them that they'd be happily married and their life's going to be so great and yada yada yada. And in most cases it was an absolute disaster. Nobody knows you better than yourself, so you really need to get out on the ground. You need to find the areas where you wish to live, not where they think you would like to live. This is a totally different thing altogether. And for somebody to say that they'll find you a house when there's 11 million empty ones, well, if you come to Japan, you'll be falling over them. So it's not exactly a service at all. But the real kicker is finding the right house. That takes skill, and only you can find what's the right house for you. People can steer you in the right direction and whatever, but if you're not going to put in the time and you think that you can pay someone a consulting fee and they're going to... Oh, I've got a truck coming, 1 second. Okay guys, sorry about that. Where was I up to? Yeah, so if you think you can just pay someone money and they're going to put your life straight, they're just selling you a dream. And nothing in life is easy, and nothing in life that is satisfying is easy. So you have to know what you like, and don't let other people decide your destinies, and especially when they're financially motivated. So this is a really bad situation to put yourself in. If you ever find yourself on websites maybe you finished work and you're just browsing empty house websites and just looking at houses in Japan and all this sort of thing. Basically where you're at is like a 20-year-old woman walking into bridal shops and looking at wedding dresses who doesn't have a boyfriend. So marriage is about everything, isn't it? It's not about a wedding dress, and this is where a lot of people go wrong in Japan. And I've noticed that already some of these empty house shills have started to get into this consulting, and I noticed that at least one of them has already abandoned their house, and it's really interesting to see how the bullshit has changed. So if anybody promised you a golden ticket and just give me some money and I'll make your life great, you know what this is? A big load of bullshit. The real thing to watch out for, especially with housing and things, is these shills who talk about houses, but they never talk about homes. So there's two words in English. There's a house and there's a home, and we know instinctively the difference, and they don't actually. I'm pretty sure they don't. They're so superficial. They look at a house like that's going to change your life, but the sweet things in life are what your area is, what the people, what the community are, the opportunity to start a business that you have a passion for. All these things is what life is about. It's not about that house or that wedding dress. And this idea is being put into people's minds basically through these television programs where people buy houses and renovate them and do all this sort of thing, and it's changed people's perception of really what a home is. They're starting to get that confused, what a house and what a home is, and I think they're preying onto this. So I just stopped just for the main points of the discussion now, but also like to say a few more things. If you don't have the time, a month or 6 weeks to go around Japan and find the best place to live, find the business opportunities for yourself, and you think you can go and pay someone to do this for you, you're going to get a very, very big wake-up call. And people may say, I don't have 6 weeks, I don't have the time to do this, I don't have the time to spend a month in the community that I want to live in. Well, I'll put this to you. You're going to spend all this money to buy the house, possibly to renovate it, and you're going to be living there for the rest of your life. So in the grand scheme of things, what's a month or 6 weeks? And again, I get back to this cheating thing. You can't cheat at life. It will always come back. So going back to the mail order bride thing, some people did get married to these mail order brides, and some people did have a great life, and it was very fulfilling and everything that they wanted. And these things happen, and this can also happen when you get a consultant and they do everything for you, and it could work out really well. But if it does, it'll be despite them, not because of them. It's not possible that one single person can know everything about you and what's your preferences and all this sort of thing on just a couple of meetings and whatever, and they're going to decide your future. It's just way too much power to give to somebody, and especially in the case of most consultants, they're not the sharpest tool in the shed. Most of them are just shills that are just after your money, and you really need to be careful out there. And this is just an early heads up. There's going to be hundreds of these people coming out soon. This startup business visa, and Japan starting to relax a little bit more with immigration. People are going to start reshaping their personas and whatever, to try and get money off vulnerable people, pretending to be what they're not. So I'm just putting this out nice and early, and I'm sure this video is going to age really well, because there's going to be some absolute horror stories in the future, because I know the type of characters a lot of people will be dealing with. So everybody's heard the term buyer beware. In this case, it's hirer beware. So when you hire a consultant, make sure you know everything about them, not just their name on a website and some generic bullshit. Make sure that you know all their successes, and you do due diligence. If you want to hire these people, I suggest that you don't really need a consultant if you're willing to put in the time. You need a consultant for very technical matters, and people like the Benton Homestead are the best for that. They've been through all the technical stuff with all the visas and all that. They're a great resource. I'd recommend them, and get that sort of detail out the way, but don't let other people decide where you should live and what house you should buy and all this, and how you're going to run your business, when most of the time they couldn't run a lemonade stand, most of these people, and probably have never owned a business before except this sort of thing. So hirer beware, and there's going to be more of these people around. So anyway, I've got to go and pick up some things. I've got no food at home. We've only been shopping here at the 7-Eleven because we've been a bit under the weather, and I've shut the cafe for the week. So I've shut the cafe for a week. We're definitely not up to opening the cafe this week. A bit under the weather. But I hope everyone takes this video in the right vein. It's just a warning that this industry is going to develop, and there's going to be a lot of bad actors in it. So you need to be careful. It's your life, your future, and your money. So don't put it in the hands of someone who just says something about themselves who might not be. So hirer beware. So just heading back, my philosophy on all this sort of thing is you can't cheat. Not everybody gets what they deserve in life, but one thing's for certain, you can only get what you ask for, and you can only get what you pay for. So if you're asking someone who you've only known for a couple of hours and you've paid them, that's what you're going to get. So be careful what you wish for. So anyway, for you guys who wish to move to Japan, hope it all works out for you. My advice is never give anybody any sort of power over your destiny here in Japan. A consultant telling you where to live, what to do, how to run your business or whatever. The best people to talk to are people who just like gently guide you or give you some life lessons or whatever, but not to map your life out for you and tell you how it's going to be, because you just won't be happy. It's just not possible that somebody can have that much insight into you. I mean, even if you're married for 25 years to somebody, you don't always know exactly everything about that person. That's even after 25 years. So what's the chances of a consultant's got? It's near zero. So my advice is just to get good technical information. on the basics, and then get as much information on the periphery of what you want to do here. Best ways to buy a house and things like this. Stay off the websites. I've been saying this from day one. They're basically the mail order brides of houses. So buyer beware and hirer beware, and as always, hope you like the video.
Let's go.